and I
Here-
just
Good afternoon, everybody. A little unexpected chit chat. We got Stephen So Cold Nelson and also my
So
co-host
cool.
Norbes So Cold. How y'all doing this afternoon?
I'm
I'm
I'm good.
doing
Steve,
good.
how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm doing wonderful. We were gonna go live on Norb's platform, but you know what? We decided to come over here, and then we'll be live on his platform on another tomorrow morning. Actually, talking about women,
Yeah,
women in boxing,
yeah.
the top 10. But
Yeah.
Steven, there was some
What's up?
back and forth going on with you and Berlanga. Let's
Oh,
talk about that. Where'd that come from?
man, I just had to pull his card because, man, he talking good game, but he not about action. I've been going back and forth with him since 2020. But
Since
every time we go back and forth, he always come with some kind of excuse why he don't want to fight.
so you said 2020. So did y'all have words like were y'all on the team together? Were y'all sparring? Was it a potential fight to be made? What was happening there?
No, so it goes back to amateur days. Like I was on. It was like 2015 it was 2015, and I was the number one guy in the amateurs. So I think he had just won silver glove or something. He was a little younger than me, so they
Mm.
brought him in. They brought him in to get some experience, from the older teams, sparring and stuff like that. And we always been cool. We was always cool since the amateurs and stuff. We both went pro, both got signed to top rank. Every fight I would see him. He's been on blood undercard. I was on undercard. We was always cool. Never know going back and forth. But one time in 2020 I fought, and afterwards I get on Twitter and I see he say, "Man, Stephen Nelson trash. I smash him." I'm
Woo!
like,
So,
what? Where is this coming from? I mean, I understand like how you feel, but like, okay, if that's how you feel, let's make a fight now. I mean, because it's a boxing game. I don't care if we friends, we brothers, or whatever you want to call us. We can make a fight happen. We in the same weight class.
so you said
Yeah.
2020, right? That's when pretty
Yeah.
much he had the
So then
I don't know. I'm hearing
he
feedback.
responded. He responded. It was like, oh no, man, somebody told me that you was talking trash. I'm like, dude, what? I ain't never said it about you. Who would say that? But now hindsight, I look back at it. He does that. He do that. He still do it to this day. You know what I mean? He would talk stuff about somebody who's getting attention or who's probably ranked higher than him, and he'll bring him into the mix to help boost himself. So that's what he was doing. At the time, I was outranked him and stuff like that, and I had a little bit of push behind me with top rank. So he just used that opportunity to put himself on a platform to be seen.
Well,
That's all
Yep.
it was.
I mean, do you guys hear me?
Yes, I can
Yeah,
hear you.
yeah.
I just didn't want to echo.
But
No, I mean
then,
to be
but
fair,
then this recent encounter, you know, um, I seen a post that said something. Well, it was a post of sharing his top five or top six guys he want to fight with, and
Mm.
everybody was calling it. The only person that was worth talking about was him and Caleb playing. Everybody else was either inactive or Munguía just came off of two losses. One was a stoppage loss, and then Charlo ain't been fighting a couple years now. What you bringing him up for? Man, it's crazy that you got these on here, but you ain't gonna mention nothing about anybody else.
mm.
Exactly. What were
So
you gonna say,
then,
Norbs? You had a
yeah,
No,
question?
I was gonna say like in 2020, that's kind of when he was trying to get his name up. He had the knockout streak. He wasn't really that big at that point. He was kind of gaining traction.
exactly. He didn't have no traction until he got. I think at the time he was like 12 or 13-0.
Yeah,
He was taught with the first round knockouts, but every boxer, every true boxer and boxer fan know that any of his boxers can go pro, We can do that for the first 10, 15 fights.
Yes,
Like with the
thank
type of
you.
guys he was fighting with, but you don't get nothing out of that. But a little bit of, ooh, he's a power puncher.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But we go in there and try to fill out and try to work on different game plans. The coaches have us working on different stuff instead of just going there and just knocking out your opponent.
Now,
Exactly.
do, do
So
you do you? I'm sorry. Do you feel like when he started getting his notoriety, that maybe his team kind of realized, like, hey, maybe he's not what he is, but we can use his popularity to kind of avoid the big obstacles, like yourself, or because I mean,
yeah,
at the end of the day, you're an Olympian, you're dangerous, you're undefeated at the time. Losing to you, he never gets the Canelo fight. Do you feel like they were trying to kind of avoid any type of obstacles, and more
yeah,
so?
no. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Yeah, but now I'm talking about now though.
Yeah,
Like, what do you have to? I mean, like, what is it? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Like, we can make these fights happen, and let's not save money because I got, like I said, we could fight on the Alex Sheik card. Like, I
Yeah.
mhm.
got, I got, I got guaranteed spots on those cards under Terrence Crawford
Mm-hmm.
fight.
Awesome. Yeah.
And for me and him to fight, he's gonna pay us more money than he would get from anybody else he would fight. The Caleb plants,
Absolutely.
all that stuff. Because none of them gotta deal with with Turkey.
Yep, that's true.
So that's why I said, like, let's make this fight happen next. Like, let's make it happen next, and we can beat shit down there, probably co-main event.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
If not a feature bout, and
Exactly.
he get paid a big guy, so there's no excuse now. Now it's just straight up like you just don't want to fight him because you're scared. Cause then he gonna bring up another person at weight class like, "Oh, you can fight my bro." Like, what, dude? How do you sound, dude? Like, how do you sound right
I
now?
mean,
We in the same weight class,
that's a way to kind of little man you, like to kind of make you look
right?
beneath him, like you know what I mean?
Right. But it's one thing if I was in a different weight class, he'd be like, "Oh, I'll get my little brother Shakur on you." You know
Yeah,
what I mean? It
yeah.
makes sense. But
Right.
nigga, we in the
It's
same
the
weight
same.
class, dude. Talk
Right.
some shit.
He
Talk
he
shit
tr-
to
he
me.
tried to little bro you. That's what he tried to do.
Right. It's just so goofy. It's so goofy.
So
And I
so
realized
Jesus,
oh, go
he
ahead.
said, "How about Lester Martinez?" If y'all don't know, Lester Martinez is on his team. Anyway, just put it out there. But do you want to answer that question, Stephen?
Yeah, who said that about Lester?
Jesus, it's a comment right here. He's just tuned in. He said Nelson versus Lester Martinez.
Oh, I didn't see that, but that's funny because we on the same team. We like we spar all the time. Like, nah, that wouldn't make that happen.
Right,
people just be
right.
people just be
Um,
saying stuff.
the thing that's funny to me is that like you said, he's over here calling out Charlo and he's calling out Munguía. We just saw that loss, against the Italian Bruno. I think it's Sacrasi. I'm sorry, I'm probably butchering his name.
Yeah.
And so yeah, everybody's kind of targeting Munguia, like, okay, he missed the step. I know if this guy who only has like 5 KOs out of 26 fights can
Yeah,
put him on his butt. I know I can. And so he's kind of like everybody's looking at Munguia like the new girl, the new girl at school.
Yeah.
right,
Everybody's trying to smash.
right.
I
I'm
mean,
like, man, like, make a fight that makes sense. Like, okay, like you call
Exactly.
him O'Gill, but then you talk about I'm not worth fight 'cause I just lost. Like, what? I had a
Right.
competitive loss against a top upcoming fighter. You talking
A
about
very,
Munguia?
very competitive, very
Right,
against Pacheco. Like, what? He's the boogeyman. People don't want to fight him. You know what I'm
right,
saying? And you looked excellent. I was just talking about you the other day. Like, you looked like somebody I didn't even hardly recognize. You've always been talented, but the way that you were in there with him was beautiful. Absolutely
right.
beautiful.
And it's
I mean,
like, man, like that's what these fighters got to start understanding. Like, it's not about winning and losing a lot of time. A lot of times it's about your performance. Like, we
Yes.
can lose, but make it competitive, make it a interesting fight, and get off
Give the
this
guy something to worry about. Give him a
right,
challenge.
but
right, and
Show his
let's get off
mistakes.
this. And let's get off this undefeated record
Yeah.
type shit. Like, let's take it back to where everybody got losses and we just all fighting back and forth.
Absolutely.
but to your point, Nelson, you said something that kind of key to me right now. You had an impressive performance versus Pacheco, right?
Yeah.
He hasn't had an impressive performance against somebody that on Pacheco's level. Even with the Canelo fight, I was not impressed by it because he lasted 12
Right.
rounds. So I feel as if you do fight him, right, and you're a bigger threat, and he may not get to a Munguía. Munguía looks damaged, right? He just took a big loss. Caleb Plant, he doesn't handle guys with that are bigger. Maybe he feels you're just that big of a threat. I mean, because if it's not the money, if the money's on the table, I don't see why he won't fight you.
Yeah, because then I don't know, man. It just be funny, man. It be funny how these boxers are, man. And then you get the fans that do the same thing and jump behind them,
Yep.
and I'm like, man, that's why boxing doesn't get the attention like other sports sometimes, and people be giving up on it because this how people operate, man.
Well, these are the
Like,
kind of examples that show us that people want the for sure wins. They want to have no problem or little problem. And so they pick and choose, and they call out who they want to. But then you look and see who they're calling out, and it's like, yeah, okay, I can see why you're calling them out. But why don't you challenge yourself? Challenge yourself to be great.
No,
right,
absolutely.
and that's
I'm
what
just
I did with the Pacheco fight.
Absolutely.
People always say, "Oh man, I don't know, you shouldn't have took that fight." Like, nigga, I didn't take a fight. I went for it. I didn't go. I
Hmm.
didn't. Nobody contacted me as an opponent and say, "Hey, you want to fight Pacheco?" No, I went for that fight because he was the number one guy.
Yep.
And I
Yep.
feel like
Exactly.
I'm up there too, so I want to prove to the world that I'm right there neck and neck. Like, that's the whole
Absolutely.
thing. It's
And,
not
and that's
like
how it
that come
should
hit
be.
me up and wanted to make this fight and he was looking for an opponent. No.
you stated that you guys have Terrence Crawford in the corner as well as Turkey Al-Sheikh. Have you guys sent an offer over or even anything so he can even look at? Because he's going to say that there was never an offer sent. There was nothing. I mean, if the
No,
money's there.
no, no. Yeah, no, I haven't sent over a contract or anything like that because um we still got until September is when we coming around, so we haven't got
Hmm.
to that point yet. But I'm just pulling people cards, you know what I mean? Like, if
Mhm.
that
Hmm.
post, if I never seen that post where he was talking about who he wanted to fight, I never would have mentioned it until it was time to make the fights happen. But I just
Yep.
happened to see that post, so I made that happen. And like I said, like, I noticed with a lot of boxers, man, they're good
Personally,
fighters.
I would love to see it.
So yeah, a lot of fighters. What I realize, a lot of fighters, they're good at boxing. So a lot of people in their cities in the streets respect them, but they don't know how to operate as real men and like really like that because they just boxers. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But like I said, like, I grew up, in the streets. And I have a different code. So for like I said, it's just funny the way some of these guys operate and it just be so soft, and they don't realize how soft they are until somebody pull their card.
Well,
What? Go
yeah.
ahead, Norbs.
That's he came out. He said he wants the big fights. Do you feel like Do you feel like you can be a bigger fight than a Caleb Plant or a Munguia? I mean, he's a free agent. I mean, he can do whatever he wants now. Do you feel like you could be as big of a fight as that? Because that's what he's going to use as an excuse. Uh, you know, I want the big names. That's what he's saying.
Munguia, yes, bigger, but for Caleb Plant, honestly, no. Caleb Plant has a bigger name. He's accomplished more than I've accomplished, and they had a little back and forth before. But from the outside looking in, he ain't been trying to make that fight happen either. Caleb been giving
Hmm.
him opportunities to make that fight happen. So, like I say, at this point, he's just talking
Mm.
because he
Right.
hasn't made that fight happen either.
That's true. Like he's picking on Mungia, and then he's calling out Charlo. Charlo, where you been, Charlo? Where you been? You know, it doesn't make any sense. Um,
Right.
if if I mean a message to Berlanga. What do you said a lot of stuff, but what do you want him to know?
Man, at the end of the day, he know. He know who the big man is. He can make all these excuses why he won't fight me. We can make sure the fight happen. And the money that he looking for will be there.
Hmm.
Hey, I'll tell him, give me a number, and we can make it happen. Give me a number.
Hey, y'all
Hmm.
heard it. Y'all heard it right here.
Turkey.
If it's
I mean,
about
you
money,
got the
give me a
turkey in the
number.
pocket. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Um, if you don't get Edgar, right? If Edgar tries to curve you and just play the you're not big enough name, where do you want to go from there?
I mean, like I said, like it's a whole list of 168 pounders out there. I said I went for the big dog, a Pacheco. He was number ranked around one on a couple, you know, uh, sanctioning bodies. So anybody else that's around there, you know what I mean? I don't. It's no like particular name because I don't have no beef with nobody. The only person
Yeah.
that I had some with was Edgar.
Mm.
But anybody else, like if it makes sense, it makes dollars, it makes sense. Let's make it happen.
Agree. Agree.
I
Because
Well,
got
I'll tell you.
at the end of the day, this is a sport. This is my sport. You know what I mean? I ain't looking for no payday or none of people be saying, "Are you looking for a payday?" Like, no, like I got a whole list of other abilities and talents and skills
Mm-hmm.
where, money
Facts.
is not it's not a big thing. I just love boxing right now and I just wanna make some big fights happen, have my name part of those big fights. You know what I mean?
speaking of big fights. One of your close friends is fighting Canelo Alvarez September 13th. And I want to
That's his
ask you,
brother.
it's your brother, right? So my question is this: Terrence did an interview recently, and he said if he wins that fight, he'll be considered number three, top three pound for pound fighter of all time.
Of
Do
all
you believe
time.
of all time? Do you believe that? Now, this is the part two to this question. If Canelo were to go out and beat him, like that's what I believe is going to happen. Is it
Uh,
apply? Does it apply to Canelo? The same thing.
um yes. Yes, it applies to Canelo, and like right now, outside of Bud, I have Canelo being one of the best of our times. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? He's fought everybody. He's went up and down, and he's fought. He's taken titles from people. Went, you know what I mean? He's done everything. Like what hasn't he done? Like so, I said outside of Bud, I got him one of the best of our eras.
Mm.
And it just sucks that Bud hasn't got to display how great he
Mm-hmm.
was to the level that everybody expect him to. They're like, oh, who he fought? He only had one big fight, and it's like no, like he's had big fights, but at the time, no guys' names weren't as big. But as far as skill wise, like he's
Facts.
fought some big guys. He fought a lot of top pound for pound guys, but they just didn't have a popularity at the time.
Mhm.
And then the guys who did have a popularity, they avoided him.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They
That's
avoided
true.
him. And we gotta be
Very true.
honest, like, like a lot of times people bring these numbers and stuff, talk, well, he don't say, I'm like, people say that stuff, but go look at the numbers, go look at the pay-per-view numbers, go look at the deals that ESPN had. I mean, with Top Rank had with ESPN, and let's look at all the fights we had, all the arenas, they were always sold out. Always sold out. And the ESPN deal came about because of Bud, because they wanted Bud.
Mhm. Mhm.
So he's done some big things, especially being from Nebraska. We from Nebraska,
I've been
and
in
we still
Nebraska.
get that love and support.
I've been in Nebraska. I'm not gonna lie, it's not a lot of fun. I'm not gonna.
I had fun. I had fun.
I was
Yeah,
lost. Like I'm like, bro, what is going on out here? It's kind of crazy.
I will say,
yeah,
Steven,
you
like
got.
no matter who you fight and no matter who you're picking to win. I mean, I'm personally Norbs is like, can't believe I'm not picking Canelo, but no, I'm not. I'm picking Bud. I'll definitely be in Vegas. I can't wait to see both of y'all, back in action. Whoever you're gonna face. Uh,
Can I ask one more question for you? I know you're bouncing. Um,
Yeah.
how tall of a task is it to be Canelo, and what do you think Bud is gonna have to do in order to execute that? Because a lot of people have critiqued him for taking as many shots as he did against Madronov, and a lot of people equate that if Canelo lands those type of punches, it may be a short night for Bud. How do you respond to that?
Well, like I tell you all the time, man, different fights calls for different occasions, different things happen at different fights. You know what I mean? Um, people compare old fights and oh he got hurt, he did this, but like people gotta understand when you're a fighter, you have different nights. You got different nights. And when Bud fight Canelo and he has one of the best nights and he's the most motivated, they had one of the most best nights of his career, he gonna show people why. Just like he did with Errol Spence. Like, that was one of the best nights because of the momentum of the fight and how he felt, how he trained, how motivated he was to prove everybody wrong. Versus a Madrimov, it was like, okay, we're gonna make this fight happen, but the motivation ain't as much as it would be for a Canelo fight.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to September 13th. I'm not gonna lie. I am Team Canelo. You know what I mean? Christine sold us out. I don't know what happened, but she's our Team Crawford over here. But
yes.
I respect
Mexicans for Bud. Mexican women for Bud.
That's crazy. Crazy. But I just wanted to apologize, man, for earlier, man. I had so many things lined up and I messed that up, Steve. I hope I get another opportunity. We definitely support you, and I want to see you win, man. Like, I thought you were really impressive against Pacheco. And what impressed me the most, and just go back to that, was, a lot of guys go against these younger cats, right? And, take these shots. And, bro, like, you were gunning for it in the 12. It was crazy. Like, I'm like, yeah, there was a lot. You showed a lot of heart, and I definitely would like to see you fight. If you don't get that fight versus Edgar, which I think he's going to duck you, I'd like to see maybe a McCumbee, a Plant. I would love to see any of those fights at 168, to be honest.
Yeah, those would definitely be good.
Yeah, Plant, my boy. Like I would never gun for Plant. Like, hey, let's make a fight happen. But if it made sense and they came about, you guys fighting for a title or whatever, like, yeah, it's a sport. But you know what I mean? Like I said, I'll never gun for Caleb. That's my boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Caleb's a dog. He's one of my favorite fighters. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I know you got to get to the gym. I got to get to the gym in a minute too. But before you go, we got a big female part 2 this weekend with Mayor and Ryan. Who you picking? Steven, who you picking?
Girl Mayor.
yeah, absolutely.
That's my girl. I gotta go. I gotta go. Yep, I gotta go with Mayor. That's my girl. I was in amateur with her. Yeah, I've always supported her. It's gonna be a good fight though. It's gonna be a good fight. But
although I disagree with him about the Canelo fight, I think Canelo.
What you saying, Nor?
No, I say that I'm with you. I think Mayor's gonna win as well. I mean, I'm tuned in. Definitely happy to see it, and
Yes, absolutely. Steven, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I appreciate you so much. You get to the gym and work hard. I know you will. I know you do.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And
yep. Thank you.
I appreciate you, my brother.
For sure.
Bye.
I'll talk to you.
Bye.
Christine, I'm so upset right now. I'm so upset, Christine. I'm not gonna lie.
We're still live. What are you upset for? We're good. We're good.
I had so many good things lined up. Now I gotta go drive myself crazy to figure it out.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. That's just part of it. But let me I want you to tell everybody where they can find you and find us, and where they're gonna find us tomorrow morning.
Oh yes, the
whenever
ladies.
We're doing the top 10. Women, and we're talking about women, glorifying women, because we've got a lot of badass women out today. Where can they find us tomorrow? Tomorrow
on Twitter X, right? We're going to be streaming live there at StreetStar NORBE. We're going to be streaming on Christine's channel right here. I don't know the name of the whole channel. I think it's in the ring with Christine, or in the ring with
I think so.
It's what? Could you have multiple?
Hey, you might be the only person that doesn't know the name of the channel.
Wow,
I'm just saying.
Crazy. Oh my God, Cano Loco on there. Cano Loco's the ultimate Canelo hater. That is number.
No, not a hater. Just
he hates Canelo. Hates every time he brings up. Oh, he doesn't want to fight Benavidez. Where? I don't want to hear that no more. That's my guy though. But yeah, and then what? On my YouTube, Norbes and I Network, and I think once I get this straight, Cano, you need to come on, man. I'm gonna definitely get the multiple guesting straight. I don't know how I dropped the ball on that. You know what I mean? I think Lou DeBella's coming on next week too. I forgot to tell you, we're gonna bring Lou on next week.
Okay.
And
you get it straight before Lou comes on, because I don't think he's gonna be as patient as Steven.
Yeah, no, it's not. Steven's a nice guy. He's a very nice guy.
Yes.
Even though Both of you guys are wrong. Canelo is going to win. By TKO.
We're hardly ever wrong. But that's okay. That's all right.
Team Canelo all the way. I will not buy no Bud merchandise until after Canelo beats him.
Latinas for Bud.
That's
Latinas for
crazy.
Bud. I'm gonna make a T-shirt.
That's crazy. Nah, Bud winning. Cano's he's a Canelo hater. I've never seen him pick Canelo.
No hater. No hater. Come on.
He's definitely a hater. Like Canelo.
No hater. I don't think he hates on anybody.
No, Canelo definitely. But no, let's make it happen tomorrow morning. I'm gonna get this multiple things because I would love to bring on other females that are gonna call in. I know Chev said she wanted to come on. I definitely want other people's perspectives supporting the women. The women have some of the biggest events coming on this year. So
facts.
We're definitely going to support them.
Facts. Absolutely. Well, thank you all in the chat for tuning in and being amazing, Norbes. Thanks for coming on. Coming on over to my house. Thank you.
I've been trying to come on Women's Night on Wednesday. You haven't invited me yet. That's all I'm going to say.
I know you're invited, but you work. That's the problem.
But listen, just to let everybody know, Kano said Edgar Berlanga was the next one. I just want to put that out there for his credibility.
Okay.
But on that note, we are out of here, right?
Peace. Bye.